Did you audition for Rosalie? Oftentimes people go in a big movie like this with so many different cast members. They go and it's a different role you thought, and then all of a sudden you are Rosalie. And
I met for the role. I have a long history with Catherine Hardwicke, who directed the first film, Twilight, the first of the series. So no, I didn't actually audition.
You're close to Catherine Hardwicke.
I am, yeah. I've known her. She dated my father when I was young for a brief period of time, and
she was almost your stepmother.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting word to use. I don't think I've ever felt like she was my stepmother, but yeah.
It must put you in a difficult position not to put you in it again, but she was offed. I mean, after she did the first movie, they replaced her with Chris Weitz.
It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't as dramatic as everyone sort of the media made it out to be. She was never signed on to do all 3 or 4. If
you look at the Vanity Fair, interesting article on Robert Pattinson. She, very interesting. She was instrumental in fighting for him. Mm-hmm. Because I think some producers were like, he's not good looking enough, he's not this enough, he's not that enough.
Isn't that funny how that happens?
Yeah, and she said, wait a minute, let me work with the guy. I've got this, I've got that, all these different things in mind.
I haven't read that article, but I mean, that does sound like Catherine, because when she believes in something or someone, she'll find a way to make it work. And I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of our cast, they don't necessarily look like the characters that they're playing. There's a lot of, like, physical transformation happening with all of us, and that's because Catherine has a vision, you know, which is nice. It's nice to work with a director who can think outside the box and see someone else in an actor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's all the kids are going nuts with Team Jacob and Team Edward. What does that say about you as a girl if you're Team Jacob, and what does it say if you're Team Edward?
You're asking me to, like, define, like, a mass group of...
Yeah, I mean, if a girl finds herself gravitating towards the Jacob, what kind of guy is she looking for? You know what I mean?
I think she's a bit smarter.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what you think the guys represent. I think Edward is, dangerous and cold, literally. And, he's asking Bella to sacrifice something. I mean, her soul, her life. And although he's incredibly beautiful and sexy and magnetic, I think, young girls should think about that, because Jacob, on the other hand, literally represents warmth. That's what he is. I mean, he's warm, he's sweet, he's kind. He loves her exactly the way she is. And so I guess you can tell which team I would be on.
You're the best-looking girl in the whole cast. Are you single, or are you a boyfriend?
That's really nice.
Oh, you are, by far.
I have a boyfriend.
You do?
Yeah, he's actually, so I think he's like the first, like, Jacob that I've ever met, that I've ever dated.
More of a werewolf, this guy?
Sure.
Warm-hearted, good guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Good guys finish last, they say, but obviously in this case, winning. Hands down victory.
Thanks.
My daughters play style fashion games like crazy on the computer. Give me the benefits and why this is new and exciting and cool. I want them to be cutting edge.
Well, this game, which is Style Lab Makeover, produced by Ubisoft, I think it's really cool because, it's fast, it's fun, it's easy. It gives little girls the opportunity to be creative without, like, making a mess and driving their fathers crazy. And it fits in your pocket. Well, I think girls have always been very fascinated with makeup and glamour, since birth. And I think this is, technology is progressing, and I think it's nice that little girls have the opportunity to take these little gadgets along with them on airplane rides and in the cars and, wherever, because boys have had gadgets for a long time. I think this is long overdue.